I am happy to share that I am still alive after my first day in the cold tundra of the Great White North. Winnipeg is a pretty enough place. Uh, I don't know what we're comparing. I don't really go to pretty cities usually. Once I went to Cape Town and I was like, this is the most beautiful landscape I've ever seen. And it is. It was. But my standards are basically non existent. Between the desert and the cold, barren tundra, I'm not exactly used to seeing beautiful things. But anyway, I'm still alive. It's still a nice existence here above ground. Actually, I'm actually like right at ground level, more or less, a little bit subterranean. Um, anyway, so all good. Today's video, we're going to be talking about why I stopped commenting on politics. I'm going to share a little bit of what I think happened. Not to me personally, nothing happened to me. I mean, I got my own problems, but politics are not them. So, in in recent years, if you haven't figured it out, you are ruled by fascists, by authoritarians, by totalitarians. They don't consider you to be human. They don't think of you as an equal, somebody deserving of life or respect or dignity. They see you as just something, a piece to move around on a board, and the position you should be in is a position that inconveniences them the least. Okay? They just need to put you in your box and shut you up. All right? That's how I think you need to approach this issue. So I come at this from a cultural relativity perspective, where, cultural relativism, every culture more or less is equal within their own space, within their area. So if you were to ask me what is the best political, system, they're all the same, more or less. Now, they don't have the same outcomes on people. Many political systems have, all of them almost, have built in inequity. Let's not talk about equity and inclusion now. But I mean, this varies, but none of them are truly fair, right? But I'm a, what is it, like SBF from the FTX drama. I'm a utilitarianism guy, okay? What is the function? What is the purpose? What's the outcome, And for me, as long as we get to the right place, I'm pretty much okay with whatever the ends justify the means, almost. Now, in terms of morals and principles, I don't agree with this entirely. But when it comes to governing life and communities and existence and all this stuff, you take what you get. You have to be very realistic. I think my actual approach is more realpolitik, I think is the term. I don't know if they pronounce it different in Germany. But you have to deal with things as they are in reality. And personally, growing up, I was, inclined to believe in things that are fantastical and illusory. People tell you to believe in this nonsense, like Disney movies, happy endings, that sort of thing. But it doesn't help you in the end. That's why I say when it comes to power, you should position yourself in a place to benefit, to take advantage of the unfairness of life. If it's bad, it's, try to be on the good side. So, I don't think that leads to anything good for the world. It doesn't make things better, but we're not likely to make things better. All you can do is make your own life somewhat better. When I go out, I try not to get stabbed. That's all. That's all it comes down to. All right. But the politics, for me, it doesn't matter. I think the Chinese Communist Party of China, CCP versus CPC, apparently the way you arrange the letters makes a difference. Kind of like the spellings of certain cities during this war. But we'll talk about that war in a bit, maybe tomorrow. But basically, your politics are all fake, whatever they are, especially when they say that you have an influence on them. So for me, I don't talk politics not just because it's useless, but it totally is. I mean, the actual act of talking about it is like gets you nowhere. All these people are talking about the squad and how the House should act in this way and how these just don't buy into it. It's all theater, okay? But more to the point, the politics behind the curtain has suddenly ramped up, to 11. You can't say things that contradict the narrative. It's not done now. You will suffer the consequences of your impudence if you talk about these things. So I just figure it's not safe anywhere. Like it used to be that, okay, in the Middle East, you don't talk about that shit. That's fine. Now, wherever you are, you don't talk about this stuff. You think it's okay now, but you just don't know where things are headed. So what is it? There's a quote about something, the better part of valor. I don't know what it is. I can't remember it. I'm not great with quotes. As Nietzsche says, Nietzsche, hard enough to remember my, opinions on things without remembering all the ways I came to that, opinion. So I'm not great with quotes. But something about being like, caution is the better part of valor, maybe. So I like to employ a little bit of caution, and I don't, when you're living with wolves, you best not be a piece of meat. Don't even look like one. I don't know if wolves practice cannibalism, but if they're hungry, they will. So, point being, I don't talk about politics because there's no point to it. They will just witch hunt you if you have the wrong opinions these days. So, that's that. Sorry for the stupid video, but it is what it is. I'm gonna head out into the cold again today, and I hope I don't get stabbed. All right? Good luck.